Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for clicking on this video. In this particular video, we have a person here that I had trained while you guys did not have any content for a couple of days. This person is in my friend list. His name is Ryan. Everybody say hi, Ryan. He can't hear you, but he will know who he is right here. And this is his player name. So, yeah, we're gonna have a good time here. And this person sent me some replays. We're gonna break them down, and you can learn a lot from all of this. So, yeah, you're gonna enjoy what you see. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down here, and he says you gotta see this, and he sent it this replay. He also asked, should I buy an overboost or a nitro? In general, if you want to listen, if you want to play interceptor, go for nitro. Do not go for overboost. Overboost is not good enough. Overboost, you only want to use overboost in a couple of things here. Okay, he's playing double cannon setup. I don't hate it because this actually is pretty reasonable if you are low level. And I know what some people say, how is this reasonable? Normally you tell us to use a flare gun or something else. That is because in lower level, you are able to get away with this because flare gun or grenade is not going to be as viable to you. And I will explain to you why. Talent training and perks. You need the perks in order to make cannons more valuable. And so he uses a ballpark mortar. This is what I like about this person, right? He is using the mortars. Very nice DPS tactic here. You don't want to use your railgun immediately at the start of the fight because you will waste time aiming the railgun at a wave that is basically blocking your shot. Great tactic here. Nice missile launch over there. Yeah, I gotta look into this really well. Yeah, you missed the railgun, but that's okay. He also struggles with the missile, but that's okay. Missile is a hard weapon. Yeah, he got this. He got this. Ah, almost. You got this, Ryan. Come on. Oh man. Yeah, he is using the cannons. Oh my god, 600 damage. What the frick? Okay. Nice. Nice. You're doing pretty well. Watch out for the mines. Remember the training. He's doing very well here. Not moving into the mines. Watch out for the mines. Watch out for... Oh, this is so scary. So terrifying to see. Nice kill back there. He's doing pretty well here. The other advice that I want to give here is because your shooter has very well range, what Ryan should do is back up for a second and retreat. This is going to be quite instructive. If you have an artillery setup with three, long ranged weapons like he does right here, you have a railgun, a missile, a mortar, it's probably not going to go well if you play up close. However, in this situation, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, you're doing a decent job, attacking the fixer. Great missile launch back there, by the way. Yeah, nice railgun shot back there. Full hit there. And he's doing quite well here. Yeah, great replay. Great replay. He's doing really well. Especially on positioning. Look at that. Look at that. He's inside the plasma zone, healing up. Great stuff here. Could not have done it better myself. Probably even better than me when I was starting out. Gotta tell you that. Using battle commands. It's 5 against 1. They got 2 fixers here. Enemy got a fixer and a reaper. But this is just insane. And I'm saying this time and time again. Cannons are decent if you are a starter, and they will become overpowered once you hit, higher leagues. It will become more powerful. And to other starters, I will not really to advanced players, I would not really recommend a mortar. I would rather recommend a grenade because the grenade is far more reliable. It deals far more damage, and it boosts cannon weapons. So it's always a common idea. So this is all going very well here. Splasher, that's insane. It's now 6-1. Minesweeper. Um, yeah, this is very bad for the enemy team. They play far too aggressive here. The best way that the enemy could have solved it was by not having a speeder on their team, but you don't really have that in your hands. What do I mean by that? Speeder is probably the worst starter ship for all of you. And some people would argue that it's Enforcer, but this is going to be quite instructive. Uh, Enforcer has more base health. It has more firepower. And while you could argue that it does not really have as much speed as the speeder, speed is not going to be really a thing. What you need to focus on is the firepower slots more than anything. If you don't have enough firepower slots, you're going to struggle to develop your ships. This is why shooter is the best pick. And if you want to go for interceptor, fine. I mean, you have my blessing. But make sure that your shooter stays well developed, and the rest of the ships become later available. Fixer is also a decent pick, by the way. Don't hate on Fixer, or Reaper. But then again, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to know you need to have the sufficient material to play it. If you don't have it, don't do it. 21,000 damage, excellent setup, lots of damage, and for a starter, this is amazing stuff. This is insane. This is sensational. Could not have done it better myself. Great positioning. You didn't strand away from your fixer. You didn't strand away from your fixer. You stayed inside the plasma zone. Lots of starters make these mistakes. I would recommend next time, try to retreat and keep your enemy on medium or long distance. That is what your build is focused for, because you got a lot of artillery here. You want to use that to hit your opponent from afar, and when they get close, you use the cannons like you did in the game. Perfect. We go to the next game because, yeah, this is long not over. Okay, we got it. This is another replay. And this is in Team Deathmatch Drop Dead Gorge. Normally, I'm not really a big fan of Team Deathmatch matches. And Ryan is this time Fixer. Ooh. This is a great setup, by the way. Already, no hate on this. Kind of want to say, don't play Mortars on Fixer. Please, don't do it. I'll tell you why. I will tell you why this is not a setup that I recommend for starters. You need to focus on healing, not dealing damage. Mortars have 10 seconds of cooldown and it barely deals any damage. The best weapon, and this is going to be really instructive for Ryan, is to have a railgun on your ship, on your fixer, or napalm. And this is also going to be quite instructive. When you have a napalm on your fixer, you can actually block the enemy's plasma and it will reduce their healing. Mortars is a decent counter to plasma, but then I would recommend probably Big Berta. But then again, this is all absurd. You don't have to do this, okay? I'm just recommending stuff. In general, I would say go with go with a railgun. Go with a railgun. Go with napalm. Or napalm mine. That is also possible. Um, but not with this. This has too low cooldown and it barely deals any damage. And he's doing pretty well here, healing up the damaged ships. Nice plasma there. Gotta love that. It heals the allied ship. Not for a whole lot, but for some. Um, I recommend here shooting your bolts. Should have done that a million years ago. And yeah. This is probably indeed the way to go. This is a great plasma here. But yeah. The hard thing about Fixer, knowing what ship is in danger. And usually, how do you know that a ship is in danger? You look at your ships that are exposed, right? That is the best way to analyze which ship is going to sink and which ship to save. But you all gotta do this in a split second. That is the hard part about being a fixer. You need to know what ship is going to sink. Right now, I can say that RT Gray is in danger, and you will see that I am correct. RT Gray is in danger. Um, he indeed saves this guy's life. Now it's someone else probably. Now it's Platena Gull that is going to probably sink. Don't know. I don't really know if that is true though, but we will see that in a minute here. um, but actually, I analyzed this already incorrectly. This is how you know that I am still, learning support. I am still not, 100% on support. Beautiful plasma here. Gotta love it. Heals a lot for your allies. And yeah. Another thing that I want to say to Ryan, if you want to have quick development in this game, focus on one ship. Build other ships later on. This will help you get up the leagues even more quickly because you invest all your resources into playing one ship, and the rest of the ships can follow up because you will have sufficient support and sufficient material to upgrade each and every single ship because you earn more rewards because your gear score gets higher, you can do more contribution in a battle and earn more rewards. See? And I told you this was going to be instructive for everyone here. Some of you may go something like, Marine, just can you shut up with these hypothetical things? No, absolutely not. I will not. And I won't stop, okay? I will continue here. Again, I gotta like this fleet here. This is a great Reaper, by the way. And before people are gonna laugh me out for this, I actually played this setup too. This is really not that bad of a setup. Here again, Ryan should try to indeed save his friend. He did not, unfortunately. So another thing that I recommend to our friend here, look at the top bar from your allies. You can see their HP, and with that in mind, you can actually give support to the player that is low HP. Another thing, this is something that Ryan should look out for if he is going to be a support main. Do not bring yourself in danger to save one ship. If someone is rushing to death, don't try to support that player, especially if the team has a full set of interceptors. Why? Because the interceptors can very quickly close into the fixer and kill it because it does not have sufficient support, especially if you got a whole fleet of shooters. Like I keep saying time and time again, shooter is much like a pawn on a chessboard. It can move forward, but it cannot as easily go backwards. So once you committed yourself, you are going to eventually overextend yourself. You got to know the difference between overextending and pressurizing the enemy. That is the most hardest part about shooter. Okay, we continue because this has been quite nice. Let's replace pure skill. I want to see that. What was it? Gotta look at that for a minute. Yeah, here we go. Another replay from him as a fixer. I'm gonna see that for a minute. So yeah, but this is actually also a decent loadout. Explosive cannon with a mortar. That's decent. I don't hate it. This is a reasonable setup. For starters, of course. Um, okay. Nitro with plasma and double bolt. That's great. Now, what I would like here is to immediately place down my plasma. Why? It gives a quick advantage at the start of a game because you already heal your team up. On the other hand, it's sometimes better to hold off with placing your plasma. So it depends on the position. This is a great move. Um, that's a decent plasma. I don't hate it. Okay, good. Moving out of the way, healing up. Nice. Um, yeah, this has all been played before. Try to take cover here. Okay. Now there is a couple of bozo shooters here. That say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get the skill. I'm home alone." I don't know why you sound like that, but it's very clear you give the enemy an advantage by targeting you. I don't understand what these two shooters are doing. Why don't you go with the fixer? Why don't you team up with it? Like, fixer is probably one of the best boats in this game because it can freaking make someone invulnerable. It's so unfair. You can literally become God mode itself. It's ridiculous. Okay, so another thing that I want to recommend to all of my viewers, this is quite a common fixer mistake. What I want you guys to do, stop using heal amount perks on your bolts. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that cooldown perks are far superior than heal amount perks. Unless, listen, unless it's about the plasma. If you argue what perks to use on plasma, I say heal amount. Do not go with cooldown. Why? Because heal amount is significantly better, especially if your whole team is standing together. It will heal a bunch of things, okay? It will heal around 250 per second or something. I don't know. I'm just making an argument here. I don't know. But either way, do that. And stop using heal amount perks on bolts. It's not worth it. Go with cooldown. Why? So that you can keep shooting those bolts very quickly and heal your targets very quickly up. That is why you want cooldown perks. That's why. And because it can be a literal game changer. I'm not joking there. You can refill your bolts quicker, and if your team is going to make more and more mistakes, you are able to get away with that because you have cooldown. But if you have heal amount, you probably won't get away with it so quickly. This is great stuff here. Don't hate it at all. But yeah. I will tell Ryan why Rayhan is such a good weapon for Fixer right now. It's because you don't want to use your weapon so fast as a Fixer. You only want to do it to either finish a low health enemy or want to kill the enemy Fixer, which is your primary target, so that you have the complete control over the battlefield, basically, right? That's why you want a railgun. Because the railgun has the longest cooldown in the game, which basically makes it completely worth it to equip on Fixer. It's probably one of the most popular picks alongside with Napalm. Like I said before, Napalm is popular because you can block the enemy's plasma. And yeah, this is why it's so important to place your plasma in places where napalms cannot go, or at least don't render the plasma completely useless. I got a fleet request here from Anime, but I'm probably not gonna go. I'm pretty tired right now, you know. Still need a break from the new year. Yeah, it. I gotta say that last year was great for me. Everything worked out, and I hope that this year stays the same. Anyway, uh, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I know I didn't put an intro here, but I mean, like, does that really matter? Also, I want to update you. I will release, listen up, I will release a small sample of the Star Strike project. A book project that is still under development. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I will release that probably next week. It on what I cannot say an exact date actually. Might come out next week. Might even come out this week. I need to edit a couple of stuff. Um, you know, the way that I wrote one specific character, and I, I'm still just on chapter 2. Probably have about 10 pages on that book that I'm creating. It's not much, but it's something. And I got to share that with you because I think it's important to let you guys know what I'm exactly busy with. And that is not just playing battlebay, it's also many different things, okay? So, with this, I close the video. Goodbye.